Tonight on Blastin or Stashin, we're doing the contest entries giveaway tonight. We're going to roll that intro. Hello, it is Blastin or Stashin. Myself. Oh, I gotta get me off solo layout there. Yeah, there's other people in this room here. Look at Joe smelling his armpit. We are Blast or Stash. We read the comic book Wednesday. We blast the books we hate. We stash the books we like and love and hold and cherish until they go on Joe's auction. So, yes, Mike.
I have a few comments, shout outs, and other words of wisdom to pass along.
Oh, please do.
First off, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Happy Pride Month. I know you're all excited.
Oh, yeah. Oh, where's my rainbow flag? I don't see it somewhere here.
Second, you were talking about the contest. Everyone who voted to hang out with Pocan Joe and not me or Dave is eliminated from the contest.
I think that only like 2 people left then.
Yeah, well. Also, I want to shout out Mars Comics, who made her. We didn't know it was a young lady.
We did not.
We did not know. Very surprising, but she made her first ever video for this contest, so we appreciate that. That was awesome. Showed a lot of great books. Also, in lieu of that video, in a week or so, we're going to have the first ever Blasted or Stash It gender reveal party.
Who's yours? What?
Everybody. Just to we're everybody on the same page. Because I'm not sure about double S.
So you brought that up about Mars. We were unaware that it was a female watcher of our show. I guess we typically think mostly we have guys that watch our show.
Well, no, I looked up Mars Comics, and there's a channel that started like in 2017, and it was a young kid, like 17, something like that, and they would show books. So I just assumed it was that guy.
Yeah.
A few years later, and then like when she was like, "Hi, y'all," I was like, "Oh no, that's not the same person."
So that makes me wonder. I mean, we were wrong about Mars Comics and her channel. It's Miss So. We've been thinking Miss So is a female as well. Are we wrong on that? She could let us know in the chats because she's in here tonight as well.
She's in here? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we're assuming genders on this because according to what their channel name is.
Double. I love Double S. Double S wants to hang out with me, so he's still in the contest.
Oh, okay. But I'm way out in Oregon. So I don't get much love out here. So Oregon. Let's talk about some of the stuff that we've been doing outside of comics. It's been a hot week here in Oregon. It was like 103 on Tuesday, and right around 100 degrees. So man, going to work, working outside all day, and I've been just coming home and like just relaxing. I have not been watching anything. Although no, I did watch Shadow in the Clouds. Have you seen that one? It has
bullshit.
It has the girl who played Hit Girl in there, which I really loved her as Hit Girl.
Chloe something more. Yeah.
So it's a World War II movie. It's about a fighter pilot. She's on a plane, and there's a gremlin on the plane. And dude, it was so messed up and so weird. It had like 3 different plots going on with the whole thing. One, back in 1940, she was a female. She was a pilot, so she's a lot of sexist comments like, hey, I'd really like to get in her pants, all the pilots and guys on the plane. And then there's the gremlin on the plane, the whole gremlin tearing the plane apart. And we find out she's carrying a special package. We don't know what the package is until later on. And spoiler, it's a baby. It's her baby. And it's so freaking weird. And at the very end of the movie, the last thing is they wreck the plane.
What?
They wreck the plane, and she goes out and kills the gremlin, drowns him, beats him up, and then strolls over to the beach where the two other guys are alive there, whips out her boobie and starts breastfeeding her baby like, I'm a woman, I can kick ass and breastfeed. That's where the story ends. I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch, man? It was such a weird movie. It was such a weird, horrible movie. So that's about the only movie I watched. I'm going to take my daughter to go see Cruella on Sunday. Actually go to the movie theaters because we're open up again here now. So
I'm just waiting until it's free on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I thought about that, but we haven't been out to a movie as a family in quite a long time, and so I thought it'd be kind of fun to go out to the movies, get some popcorn. It's my cheat day, so I'll have a whole bunch of popcorn and soda and all that fun stuff.
Jupiter's Legacy was canceled?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why. They didn't even hype the movie. It just all of a sudden appeared, and then they were like, "Nah, we'll cancel it." And I was like,
I just finished it, yesterday, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
it reminded me of kind of The Watchmen, and
right.
I was looking. What the fuck, man? Now I got to read the book or something.
I have. It's just all like a 6-issue miniseries or something like that.
With
all that Millar stuff, it's all like I think they may have a couple volumes, but yeah. So I want to address Mars Comics. Thanks for the kind words, everyone. It was fun. I think we'll have to do some more now, and I think that's how it starts with anybody on YouTube. I think that's what my very first video was a contest video for. I totally forgot the guys. They're both military guys. One's a big Thor fan. Marty, and. Oh, I can't remember the channel. I don't even know if they're even doing stuff anymore. But that's how I got started on YouTube, was entering a contest, and it just went from there. So,
Me too.
You, Mike, same thing?
I was watching, what was that douchebag's name?
We Love Comics.
We Love Comics.
Oh, we're starting crap here.
Yeah,
we're bringing up some old rivalries.
Yeah.
Not between us, but
No.
There was some BS going on back in the day. But anyway, was watching him, decided to make a video, and then basically you guys approached me to do you and Semper Fi.
Yeah.
I guess Semper Fi more than you to do this show, and I said, yeah, why not?
Yeah. Double said comic book fanatics. Yeah, that's correct. I don't even know if they do anything anymore on YouTube or not.
I also watched the first episode of Sweet Tooth today.
Is that any good?
I was hesitant on reading the book because of the cover, but now I'm interested. The first episode kind of piqued my interest. I want to see what this world has become, and yeah, I'm interested. So I'm going to keep watching it. So.
Yeah, I thought about watching the episode before tonight's show, but I thought it'd be something my wife might want to watch, so I was going to hold off till after the show and watch it with her. So, anything else going? I got Jacko in here as well. Mars Comics Miss So Double S Legion, of course. He said that the Legion or the Sweet Tooth had a very Tim Burton feel to it.
Kinda.
See that? Yeah.
So, before we jump into the comics and all that stuff this week, let's talk about we are on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, tickety-tock, tick-tick-tocky-tock. I think Mike's still waiting to do his little first TikTok dance, aren't you? You going to do one of them?
There will be no dancing from Grandpa on TikTok. I showed
if I were the rich man. La, 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 la.
I showed Joey the roast beef stuff on TikTok.
Roast beef? I don't even know what the roast beef stuff is.
My skin is brown, but my coochie meow meow.
Oh my goodness! I don't even. That's the adult side of TikTok. How dare you go to the dark side?
It's just there's so many of them.
Hashtag roast beef.
You can go over to Teespring and pick up the Pocan Joe, the original Blastin or Stash It T-shirt, and you've been Thunderlust, as well as a couple other designs over there. I got to order some more just for me so I can wear them around the house. Even though it embarrasses my daughter that there's a picture of my face on my shirt that I'm walking around on. She's like, "What are you doing? That's so weird."
And the Brony shirt don't embarrass her?
No, Brody shirt I guess is okay, but not with a picture of my face on. If I wear that out in town, she just like
Double S says MODOK is still hilarious.
Yeah,
I like MODOK too. So
I like that too. That was pretty funny.
Yep, I think I have one episode left of MODOK to watch, but yeah, that's been good. Let's go to jump into the books. I guess I could
some
start.
stuff away.
Let's put some stuff away.
Give some stuff away.
Well, you want to do the giveaway right now?
That's what I thought you meant. It's your show, man.
No, man, we can go do the giveaway. I just think as soon as we do the giveaway, we're gonna drop down to 2 viewers. You know,
Jockey or Double S and Legion.
We can go ahead and do the giveaway. So let me add this to stream. So who we have in the contest? We have Stashin Comics, Mars Comics, Miss Legion, Cosmic Campfire, Double S, Mars. I have Mars Comics in there twice. I need to adjust that. Miss So, Legion of Comics, Sedane, TSP, Burke Family 54 Comics, Miss Legion, 64-page special, Chip Getler, Sleepy Reader, and it looks like I have Miss Legion in there twice too, so I need to adjust that real quick.
You put Legion in there. That was pretty slick. Getting 2 entries in like that. That was pretty smart.
Again, shout out to Double S. He came out of the woodwork and did a video. Hasn't made a video in a while. Good to see his face. Back on the YouTubes.
Back on the YouTubes. Isn't he like pumping iron like a gym rat now?
I don't know. He's drinking those energy drinks.
Yeah, he's all jacked up on creatine and weight, getting them gains.
So his profile picture on Facebook reminds me of Taz, the wrestler.
Yeah.
Remember, he always just come out wearing that towel over his head?
Yeah.
No, we're going to keep in her. She answered the question.
Keeping it in there.
She answered the question. So you just have to fight her. If she wins, you just have to fight her. Or I tell you what, you have to arm wrestle her live on YouTube if she wins to see who gets what. How about that?
Naked.
No, what's wrong with you?
No.
You do not have to do it naked, Legion. Okay, just to do it. So I'm gonna go and spin this wheel. Spin the wheel of justice. Spinning.
You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round.
And it is Legion of Comics. So he is the winner.
Who do you want to hang out with? Joey? He's out.
Yeah, and he mispronounced Oregon too. So I mean, it's kind of a double fault.
Oregon, right? He said Oregon, right?
Neither did not. I'm gonna kick you from the show. That's what I'm gonna do right now, live on the show.
I've been wondering when that's going to happen for a while.
but really too, you know, we were talking about how many guest hosts we've had on the show. You're actually the newest one on here, but you have like the third most episodes on the show.
Yeah, so, I have not, since I've been on, I haven't missed one episode yet.
You haven't? No, you have, haven't you? You've had missed one.
Nope.
I think just recently you couldn't make it, and we decided not to go live.
Maybe that's what it was. That might have been it. I was in a bad mood. I was in a funk. I remember when Mike asked me, or it was that's when Paul was still on here too. He was asking me, "Well, Joe's going to come on. What does he need?" And I said, "A 3rd grade reading level." You know, and here we are. You doing your philosophy moment.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
So shout out to Legion. He gathered a lot of his people over there to make a video as well.
Yeah, he's really been pumping this, probably a lot more than we could probably take a lesson in that, but he's really been hyping this thing up. And thank you for the support. We do appreciate it.
We definitely thank everybody who entered the contest. We definitely appreciate the support. It's cool to get to know these people here too. I mean, they come in our chat every week. We watch their videos if they do them. But yeah, it's kind of nice to know and kind of fun to do these questions. I thought about it'd be kind of fun to do, like there's a new store in my town called Retro Wormhole. It's an 80s store. And I thought it'd be cool to go in there and just get them live on a video recording and saying, hey, you know, these are kind of 80s questions. Really think about Predator and Alien, you know, ask those questions. Just kind of like, you've seen some of those interviews where they ask like those weird questions to the
they catch people on the street and just ask them.
Yeah. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do for some of the other stores with that. But Retro Wormhole, like I said, it's open just 2 days a week right now, but I haven't got a chance to spend a whole lot of time in there. But I'm hoping to pretty soon. Lisa says, honestly, I love this show. Like Double S said on the video, I like it. Everyone should. Well, we definitely appreciate that. We don't know what we bring to the table, really. But, we were talking about comic book fanatics. There's a lot of other YouTube channels that are still out there, right? Yeah. So the New York Warriors are still running. But there's a lot of channels that are just totally gone completely. Not like we have thousands and thousands of subs, but we've been continuing to do this now for 5 years. I've got twice as much gray hair since I started. Mm-hmm. So I'm
just like how many new shows are out there. Like I just did a general search. It seems like there's a lot more comic book themed shows out there now than there was when I first came on here now.
Yeah.
That's really good. People are out there getting involved and doing something.
Yeah. But it's also fun just to get on here and chit chat with you guys and make fun of you and make fun of Mike's small penis and
you got no joke for me. That's amazing. Well, we know who the stud is.
We know who the alpha male is now.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, let's go into the comic books.
We do that?
We do that. We talk about things here. I want to talk about where is it? Where is it on my stack? I want to talk about Batman this week. Okay, so in this issue of Batman, we get somebody taking over the asylum and they're going in and they're kicking, and Batman comes in and he's kicking ass and doing all stuff like that, and whoa, wait a minute. This is Heroes Reborn. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it was Batman. God. Oh, man. Oh, this was Batman in a Marvel skin. Flat out. That's all this was.
Well, we've known that.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying Joe's been talking about it last week too with the Heroes Reborn about how this is this person, this is this person, and this was it. This was Batman, for sure. I mean, the dark, and he kept saying about his car. What's his car's name? His car's name is the it's just like the
Hawk Rod.
The Hawk Rod. I was like, oh my god, seriously. And I literally, as soon as it started sounding like Batman, I wanted to just throw the book away. I didn't even want to read any more of it. I didn't finish reading through it. Man, Heroes Reborn is just going down the toilet for me.
No.
Yes.
Jacchio made a good point. There's loads of slabbers and speculator channels out there, and many real comic fans.
Yeah, they talk about the hot books. Yeah. So this is a total blast for me, and I can't wait for this Heroes Reborn to be done. I'm sorry, I'm too much of a Batman fan to think that this is this.
That's fair. I can see that, but I'll give my review of it. Hopefully, I'll change your mind.
No, it's not going to happen. That's a blast for me, Joe. What do you think of Heroes Reborn #5 or Batman #5?
This is interesting. Yes, it is a blatant Batman ripoff, and I'll just go ahead and throw American Knight in there too. So I like this because they're being creative with already known property. And what's going on, White Shadow? He has come. He has brought his coffee. It's blatant, right? They even got Luke Cage playing Commissioner Gordon's spot in it because he's the commissioner of the police. And that whole thing. But that's not what really intrigues me about how blatant this was ripped off and how they kind of swapped characters around a little bit, even in their own universe. What's more interesting to me, believe it or not, is this whole Mephisto thing. I think that's who's kind of responsible. He's free, running around in hell now. We found out from the last Ghost Rider arc. So I think he's always got something planned. They even kind of hinted at it. And then, so I think I figured out that that's where all this weirdness is coming from, even to the point where it is the major religious figure in here as well. So that's interesting for me. What you got, Mike?
Well, they ruined that as the first fucking issue because he's on the cover of the trading card variant.
Yeah.
He's the center of this whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 covers.
The first couple of times I just thought they were saying like Mephisto, like it was just like a side thing, but it keeps being referenced in every last even in the tie-ins. So, and then we saw the actual church in American Knights, and like it's the main religion there. Like everybody believes in Mephisto. It's religion. So that's kind of intriguing. I think that's kind of the tie-in, and I like that kind of. I like occult stuff because I think cults are ridiculous to begin with, but it's always fascinated me how people get tied up into it. So this is kind of cultish, so I'm kind of enjoying it for that point. Now, as far as blasting or stashing either one of these issues, it's really neither. I'm just chasing these down to the end to see if I'm right at this point. But for the most part, they're a read. It's a Batman story.
Tots Comics, put your big boy. I'm not even wearing pants, buddy. You know the show. Grandpa doesn't wear pants.
That comics, the fellow Oregonian. Maybe he would have picked me if he would have done a video.
Oregonian.
I've actually hung out with Tat before at Eugene Comic Con. He's a pretty cool dude. Chip Gettler's in here as well. We already did the spinner Woodley a little bit ago there, Chip. We got Legion Comics won that contest. Joe, or sorry, not Joe. Mike, what do you think of Batman?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Heroes Reborn. God, see, it's still catching me.
Fuck off, Dave. So in this book, American Knights and Marvel Double Action, all you gotta do is replace Batman, Nighthawk, whatever the fuck his name is, with Spider-Man. Nighthawk kind of takes the role of Spider-Man in this, dealing with the Green Goblin. And
well, the Green Goblin's a metaphor for Joker in that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm having fun with this, so I'm stashing it. And I didn't realize how much I liked the Nighthawk costume.
Oh, you mean the Batman costume? Oh, I'm sorry.
I like it at the beginning, right there, where they had that character that looked just like Talon, only it was Craven.
Yeah. Yeah, you talking about that Green Goblin taking over the Joker role, which he was said, I'm going to push you to the point where you're going to kill me and you're going to break your code. And I'm like, okay, we're going to go here. We're going to do
laughter, the ha 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 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it was right there with it.
So, Shattered Glass Comic Cruise. Hello, everyone, and my dad, Pocan Joe.
What's going on, buddy? Thanks for swinging.
You want to tell me something, Joey?
Huh?
Joe has a illegitimate child out there somewhere.
Right. We talked about that this morning over at Legion of Comics. Like one day, it's not going to surprise me. Like this 18-year-old, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Korean's going to be knocking at the door, going "Pop, pop."
Oh my god!
Can we train him to be an assassin?
Man.
Keep him under the stairs, throw raw meat in there once in a while, you know. What did you get it mean? All right, isn't that what you do with dogs? Never mind. I just put myself in a bad spot there. Joe, give us that comic book.
All right, let's get the awkward one out of the way.
Oh, which was that? We just did that one.
Crush and Lobo.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
So, welcome to 2021. Before I say anything, I have to preface everything I say with some very specific language to make sure you know that I'm not homophobic, transphobic, or any other type of phobic.
So there you are.
Let me be very clear right up off the bat. Pocan Joe does not care if you prefer a hot dog or a taco. That's your decision. By all means, celebrate your life. With that said,
love who you want.
This story is a blast. It's not a good story. They're doing this thing where they want to bring awareness, but they're using nothing but typical stereotypes. Lesbian, girl. Guess what? She's got daddy issues. Guess what? She's got trust issues. Guess what? She's so manly that she's awkward. It's just, it's such a stereotype to this point that I would, if I was of the LGBTQ plus community, I would have been offended by this. I would have been like, really? This is how you see us celebrating our month, but with a typical stereotype. This thing's a walking joke. And I would be upset about it. Like, representation's one thing, stereotyping is another, and that's all you did in this book. And then you gave us the most blandest story ever. Also, our writer's not that bright. They don't know the difference between an allegory and a metaphor. The whole traveling cup thing, that's not a metaphor. That's an allegory because she lives it.
Save some for philosophy. Jeez.
And that just, I was like, shame, because this was just a cash grab and it was horrible. And you're just a horrible person, whatever your name is. It's not even important. I got
Mike, what'd you think of Crushing Lobo?
It's a whiskey dick.
Is it really? Oh, hold on a second. Let me get it ready. Relax. Where is it? There it is. Here it is. Why is it a whiskey dick?
They could have cut out 75% of the book and just had her, getting her little message from Lobo and being like, "Oh shit, I got to go see what's going on." But yeah, I mean, she goes to her lover's birthday party and she f's it all up and they break up. I mean, we didn't need to see that. So, but I absolutely love Lobo. I want to see where this goes, so I'm going to keep picking it up. She gets a message from her dad. Her dad's in prison. Does that tie in with the Justice, or what is it that they have Lobo captured? That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother universe. Never mind.
No, he's in prison here.
Yeah, he's in prison. So in that new Justice League, he's in. They got the Green Lantern's got him chained up too, but that's like a Elseworlds.
Tat Comics said he's got to go. He has 2 hands for shrimp. That sounds kind of like Mike. Last ride. That's what Legion's saying. So I'm gonna jump way off my comment there. Just to get. Double says he agrees with
shrimp?
I do not like shrimp. No, I'm not a seafood guy. Miss So agrees with you too. She says too much wokeness and identity politics comics ruins the story and waters down the characters. Gonna skip it.
Again, this if the characters are going to be of some sort of homosexual nature, that's fine. I totally agree with that. These people exist, and yeah, sure, be represented.
And we knew she was gay when she was on the Titans. I mean, you didn't have to, Okay.
Yeah. And if it's part of the story, that's fine, but it shouldn't take up 12 of the pages in there. Like it's a hey, this is my girlfriend. Oh, she dumped me because I got gas. Literally left her because she had gas. Like, I guess that was a tongue-in-cheek joke, but it was just lame.
I don't know. The shit on her shoes mixed with the fumes from the candles. I don't know.
Poisonous. Like
I said, they could have kept all that out.
Ever.
Started, they broke up because, and then she got the message from Lobo, but whatever.
Yeah, I liked Crush in Teen Titans. I thought, okay, cool, a new character. I actually like it. I had no problem that she kind of had a love triangle with Jin and Robin. It was kind of she had a crush on Jin, so did Robin, but there was kind of a little bit of love triangle there. I had no problem with that at all whatsoever. I was reading through this and I'm like, dude, she looks awful like bulky. Looks like a dude. She was, but then I got thinking about too. She's an alien, so who says that this alien race that the women aren't super muscular and bulky and stuff like that? She wasn't drawn like that as much in Teen Titans. So, but the whole thing of the party and being different and doing stuff like that just really kind of drove me out of it. I like to see more of where Lobo's going.
Art is really good. Who did the art in it?
It was oh man, I don't even want to try to pronounce that name. I wasn't a fan of the art, some of the panels and stuff like that. I do like Lobo. I think he's kind of a cool guy.
He's the main man.
What were you saying,
Mike? Nothing. Double S has a crush on me.
Oh, we all knew Lobo's daughter was gay. Everyone knows Michael is my best friend. Gotcha. And Miss O says gas ruins a lot of relationships, huh? But overall, it's going to be a blast for me. I'm not going to pick up any more.
It's going to get good.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
It's going to get good.
I'll give it another issue just because I'm more interested in the Lobo stuff than I am anything.
Isn't Lobo like bisexual too?
Yeah.
Or that's what I thought.
I don't know.
I thought I remember seeing something about that. He's kind of like
he's a necrophiliac. He probably fucks dead bodies.
It probably does. It's like Rob Zombie, huh? Well, Rob Zombie is into that old weird stuff, and I could see Rob Zombie playing Lobo in a movie. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you don't see that?
I can see that.
Look, you can insult a lot of people. You could insult me. Don't insult Rob Zombie.
Dude, I love me some Rob Zombie. Dude, I listen to it all the time. I get in trouble for it. My wife does not like it. It's satanic.
Is it too satanic for you?
Satanic. And I'm like, I don't listen to it for the message. I put on my big boy, man. I listen to a lot of music my wife don't like. But don't tell her because I don't want to get kicked out.
Very man alone.
Yeah. Hey, Burke Family 54 just popped in here. Thank you so much for making the video. Unfortunately, you did not win because you didn't pick me to hang out with.
Yeah. You guys are horrible. No, we spun the wheel. It spun right round. Right round, baby, right round.
Mike, you're up with your next comic. What do you got for us?
All right. Where the F is it? So,
wow, you can curse?
Marvel double action tying into the Heroes Reborn stuff with Nighthawk. This is basically Spider-Man, the death of Gwen Stacy, though it's not Gwen Stacy, it's the Falcon. The best part about this book is Dan Jurgens does the art, and it's freaking phenomenal. So, but pretty good stuff. Like I said, this is where the Falcon dies. Green Goblin knocks him off, just like Gwen Stacy knocks him off the ledge, and Nighthawk, Batman, tries to save her and kills her or him. But yeah.
Joe, did you pick up Marvel double action?
No, I picked up enough Reborn stuff with the other two.
Yeah, I do. I didn't pick it up, but I like that throwback to the old Marvel action books on the cover of that. That's really cool. I love when they do stuff like that. So there were a few indie books out here I really liked that came out this week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell us.
I'm gonna talk about The Nice House on the Lake. DC.
Everybody's read that but me. God damn.
Oh, really? So it's actually a DC book. It's not necessarily an indie book, but it had that indie feel. It's part of the Black Label stuff, the horror stuff. Written by James Tinney, the guy who's doing is it Batman or Detective? I remember what he's doing. He is doing Batman. So in this book here, the main character is talking. She talks about meeting this guy in a bar, and he's kind of looking at her. And then he comes up with this weird question as like the first, instead of like, hey, did you come from heaven because you're an angel or whatever? He didn't have some cheesy opening pickup line. He had like, how's the world going to end? And she's like, whoa, man, this is kind of a weird topic to jump out of, but I'm kind of intrigued. So they start talking about different scenarios. And they kind of lose contact. Also, like 2 years later, she gets this random email and it's sent to a whole bunch of other people inviting her to this house, a lake house. And so they end up going, and she's going, and she actually knows quite a few of the people who are at the lake house. There's like, 7 or 8 of them. And they're trying to figure out what's going on because the guy's not there yet. And then all of a sudden he shows up. And they have like no internet, nothing there. So they can't see any connection to the outside world until somebody gets one connection and they find out like everybody's dying. There's apocalypse everywhere outside of where they are on this lake house. And so, and then they're freaking out trying to figure out what's going on. Like there's pictures of people's faces melting off.
I'm getting goosebumps. You talk.
It's a good book. I'm trying to find a page when where it really hit me, and where he's explaining, hey, no, I brought you here because you're my friends. I wanted to save you in particular. This is the only place you're safe. Everybody knows outside is dead.
He keeps calling him in the dossiers the Chosen.
Yeah. We're trying to find, there's that one panel that he says, this is why I brought you here. I wanted to save you from what my people were going to do to your planet. And I'm like, whoa, man, okay, I'm really intrigued now. It's kind of cool. I'm not going to explain to you what I really am or why this is necessary. I'd rather you all think of me as the man you always knew me to be, your friend. And that's kind of how the book, they end up attacking him, but he ends up like morphing, being able to dodge the attacks and stuff like that. Overall, man, this was an awesome book, dude. I'm looking forward to more. The Black Label can be hit or miss, definitely, but this is definitely one of the hits for the Black Label for DC.
It's the wrong indie this week to read.
Mike, what do you think of this? Nice House on the Lake.
I wasn't so sure when I started reading because it starts out in almost like the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is all this? And then it goes on, and like you said, the guy invites a bunch of people to this house, and the twist happens. I was like, oh my fucking God, is this guy an alien? Is he a demon or what? I don't know, but pick of the week right here.
Nice.
A little break real quick. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and a share. I'd definitely appreciate that. If you like what you're seeing here, like what we do,
I passed on that Conjuring book. I was going to get it, but I should have got it. I like The Conjuring. It's probably, out of current horror movies, it's probably, you know me and horror movies, it's probably one of the better ones. Series, I would say.
Yeah, somebody was saying earlier that Conjuring's supposed to be out on HBO Max, so whatever the newest one is.
Yeah, it launched today, I think.
Legion says, Mike, my ties for the week are for Nice House and Suicide Squad. Both are hot.
Yeah.
We're going on to Joe, since you missed Nice House on the Lake.
But since we're talking about creepy things, let's talk about creepy things. Where did the book go? There it is. We're going to talk about Swamp Thing number 4. First off,
missed it.
This is a great cover.
Baby.
I love these very simplistic covers. But this is really cool how they're doing this. First off, everything Suicide Squad now because it's hot. It's the buzzword. So at the end, I'm spoiling it. Suicide Squad shows up. So what? That I don't care about. I love that we're getting this kind of redefining of the green. Now, the green is a MacGuffin. We use the green where the green gets used to explain the supernatural, if you will, and its woo-woo-ness. But in this, they're kind of explaining it more like a dream with thought behind it. It interacts itself. It's more like memories that get rehashed or reused and things along those lines. And I really liked that definition. That it was very ingenious. Ram V here. This guy is just on another level when it comes to writing these stories, and the attention to detail he does in the structuring of his stories is just absolutely genius. This guy needs to go to a Comic-Con, and I need to get some stuff signed. And I just want to have like just a quick 2-minute conversation where he does most of the talking, and I actually shut up.
That's like Twilight Zone stuff, Joe. I don't know. That's an alternate universe.
I really like this guy. Like, I don't even want to ask questions. I just how'd you come up with this idea? And just let the guy go. Because it's beautiful. And this is obviously a comic book reader. Like, he understands Swamp Thing. He's read these books. He's got a very good understanding of this, how this character interacts and works, and even the sorrow of it. Like, this is not a happy thing to be. And then now we're starting to get into the action sections of it, where now we're going to be pumping up the story, and our hero is going to have to start doing hero stuff. What a great lead in. It's suspenseful in the beginning, a little bit of mystery. We're going to be getting into some action. He's pacing this out perfectly, and it makes me want more every time. It's my pick of the week.
Mike, did you read Swamp Thing this week?
I have it. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I had a mess up with my LCS. Apparently, when I put my order in, I did not put the first week of June on my order form. So, like all my books that I had, other than like the ones I'm actually sub to, like Batman and Immortal Hulk, like he didn't have any other books that I had this week. So I missed a few. So I'm getting a few ordered.
So that's something that got brought up in the chat real quick that we can kind of just hit on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This so brings up, I hope DC Black Label follows the path of Vertigo's footsteps. But I always felt that Vertigo in its later days was kind of slipping. Like when Vertigo first came out, some of those Vertigo titles, that was the more adult type of comic book, graphic novel in a floppy form, every so often. But I think Black Label is, I would even say, stepped it up here. Like Strange Adventures was all right in the beginning, and then I just kind of fell off of it because I didn't like the writer. Like I didn't like the guy's writing. And it's our favorite writer of all time, Mr. Probably going to commit suicide in 5 years. Mr. Midlife Crisis himself. Mr. I can't write Batman to save my life.
Wasn't Vertigo an imprint of DC?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Black Label pretty much is too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But they actually say DC on the cover too, where Vertigo didn't. She's explaining to Chip on there. So I believe Black Label is established for more edgy and adult themed stories from DC. I thought you were a Golden Age comic fan, Chip.
What's in Miss So's thumbnail?
I think it's not Munster. Not Munster. Is it Eddie or Munster's wife?
The Munster's lady.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's her, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Looks like her.
Evelyn, is it
Morticia.
Evelyn Munster?
Morticia.
No, Morticia's Adams. I think it's Evelyn. I think it's Evelyn. But
Morticia.
But she will correct us for sure.
Yeah, she'll tell us. She knows her thumbnail.
Yeah, more than we do.
Don't you speak for that woman?
Don't you dare to. Since nobody else read Swamp Thing, Mike, you're up with your next book.
Oh man.
Oh, it is Morticia Adams. She says, "Oh my goodness, I was thinking it was Munster." Sorry.
Oh, it is Morticia Adams. All right, cool. I like the Adams.
Let's talk about Immortal Hulk 47. Great cover here. Basically, this is just fucking what's his name, Hulk taking on the Avengers team, and it's pretty awesome. Fight takes up the whole book. Gamma Flight shows up. Nobody cares about them. They get in on it. Best part is when he asks Blade. He's like, "Can you turn into a bat?" And he just fucking tosses him.
Throws it into the air.
But yeah, this is a stash for me.
So, I still pick up Immortal Hulk, but I'm a couple issues behind. And so the run is actually ending in 3 more issues.
Is it?
So that's what they've been talking about that for about 6 months now. It's supposed to be ending at issue 50, or at least
a lot of stuff to tie up in 3 issues.
Oh, well, maybe Ewing and Bennett's run on Immortal Hulk's going to be ending at issue 50.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of waiting until issue 50 and just going to be able to read them all at the same time. I think back to back. Because that's one thing that definitely about Immortal Hulk, and because if you read a book 1 month and the next month you're like, what happened in the last issue? Because it can be kind of complex sometimes with the storyline on it.
Yeah, it can be a little thick.
So I definitely want to wait and kind of read them all in order. I think so, but I'm definitely picking up. I'm going to be running until 50 for sure. Joe, did you read Immortal Hulk?
Yes, I did. Can I just say yet again, I don't care about Gamma Flight. I don't care about Gamma
They're
Flight.
getting their whole series soon.
Yeah, I don't know why. Is anybody like excited? Let us know in the chat. Are you like, yeah, Gamma Flight, go Puck? Like if that's your jam, like I'm not making fun of you, but if that's your thing and you're like, yeah, roll with it. But in this story, it just seems like a forced grouping just to let us know that they have something coming, I guess. I do like the fight. Anytime Hulk is battling the Avengers, it's always good. The chopping off the arm and swallowing Thor's face. I don't know why. I always like Thor and Hulk fighting. That just makes me happy. The whole Betty Ross being a chicken head, and they're doing this thing where it's like, all of us Gamma people together, one voice, and then like She-Hulk standing off to the side, like, should I go with my people? That's really what this is. Should the native go back to the people type story? I didn't much care for that, but She-Hulk's been letting me down left and right since I've been reading it. So for the most part, this is a whiskey dick for me because there was just too much stuff in here I just did not care about. But there were some cool fight scenes, and it's sad that I have to give a comic book that little bit of a credit just to keep buying it.
Who is all on Gamma Flight? Who's the team?
Rick Jones is that fucking weird.
Yeah, he's the morph two-headed thing. Anything that has any type of gamma property. So the Molecule Man. Not Molecule Man. Is it Molecule Man?
It tells you in
Puck, Tectania, and
Absorbing Man.
Absorbing Man. That's it. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be picking up the Gamma Flight stuff. But I mean, I guess it's Al Ewing writing it. That's what it says.
Hold on now. We're all going to have to pick up one issue. This is a comic book review show, so that doesn't mean we all get winners here. You got to pick some bad stuff.
Yeah. None of us. Who picked up the Gala for the X-Men?
Gala.
I'm already reading Way of X, so don't look at me.
See, nobody picked up that garbage.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
The Hellfire Gala that's
Hellfire
going on
Gala.
that nobody cares about.
Who cares?
I'm talking about another indie book that came out this week that I really enjoyed. That's Out of Body. You be able to pick up Out of Body?
I missed that.
I missed that one too.
No?
We got one indie this week.
So this is by Aftershock Comics. The main story is at the beginning, there's this girl. She's able to talk to the dead, and she's in the middle of a kind of a seance a little bit, and she ends up catching a little glimpse of somebody getting whacked in the head with this crescent wrench, right? And then she kind of gets interrupted by her mom saying she actually has somebody who wants to, this guy is afraid his mom's in a pig pen again, and you need to go talk to him and tell his mom to stop. And she doesn't want to do it because like he's a paying customer. He's paying me to go out and talk to his dead mom, tell him to leave his pigs alone. So she doesn't really want to do it. But then it switches to a guy in the bed. He's in not necessarily a coma, or maybe he's non-responsive, right? So his eyes are open. He can think, he can see, he can't talk, he can't do any of that stuff. He's just kind of stuck in comatose state. He knows everything's going right. He recognizes people coming in. He doesn't know how he got there. He's trying to remember how he got there, and he's going back into his memory bank trying to figure out where, it just turns dark right when he's able to see who clunked him on the head, right? The detective comes in, is talking to him. Of course, he's not getting any answers, but he recognized the detective. And then his girlfriend or his mistress comes in and shoots him up with this medicine that kind of makes him trip. He goes on a big trip, is able to kind of figure out, at least a little more loosey-goosey, able to figure out some stuff that's going on. And he ends up getting an out-of-body experience where his soul is floating away from his body. And he's trying to control it, trying to get back to his body, but he feels like he can't control it at all. And then we find out, too, there's also somebody else that's actually looking for a fresh spirit. There's this other witch and this other guy trying to get this. I think it's him in general. But at the very end of the book, the guy is in a diving suit with all these glyphs all over it. And he's realizing that this guy's spirit is out of his body, so he's actually try to capture him. It was kind of a weird, trippy book, but I did enjoy the whole thing about being comatose, but being aware of what's going on and not being able to respond to it, how scary that would be. Thinking, well, we're just going to pull the plug. And he's like, no, don't pull the plug. I'm here. Just because you can't hear me talk and I'm not moving doesn't mean I'm not alive. And how scary that would be to have no control over that at all and trying to figure out who's the one that tried to kill you So I think that's kind of cool. The murder mystery, but he is comatose in the body. I think he's going to end up using this girl as a medium in order to figure out who tried to kill him. So definitely an awesome book. I thought it's definitely a stash for me as well. Back to Joe.
Let's talk about War of the Bounty Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Did everybody read this? Is this something we can all talk about together?
Yeah, I got
the
that.
family. Ooh, nice cover.
I got the action figure variant.
Nice. So this was okay. Like, I don't understand why we had a 0-1 for this. Why wasn't that issue 1? Somebody explain that one to me. But in this one, we find out who stole the Han Solo caged in kryptonite coffin, if you will. We find out that Carbonite. That's
Carbonite. Kryptonite. No.
Yeah, same thing. So we find out who stole the body. We find out that the Jabba the Hutt thing is, and I'm not I should preface it. I'm not like super knowledgeable of the entire continuity of Star Wars with, you know, all the other stuff going on out there. So I didn't realize how like the Hutts were like an actual kind of like a political party of their own, if you will, of slugs. But we did learn that Han Solo is the center of the universe of everything. Han Solo, everybody. Apparently there's going to be a big party. I hate to say it, with Hellfire Gala and this announcement in this book, apparently there's just a lot of parties going on and shit. It's going to be Yaz. But everything's centered around Han Solo. Everybody wants the Han Solo body thing, except for Dr. Aphra. So that was interesting, I guess, for the most part. But I would say that this issue was pretty lackluster and just kind of, that's all I got.
I've talked about it before. We know how it plays out. We know in the end that Han Solo gets thawed out. We know he's alive. So there's no threat of him dying in this book at all. I did like the fact. So, of course, Han Solo got stolen from Boba off his ship. And then there's also the bounty out on Boba Fett. And you find out that Jabba put the bounty out on Boba Fett. So all these bounty hunters are looking for Boba. Boba's a badass, though. I do like his attitude and the whole thing. He goes, I'm Boba Fett. Who do you think you're talking to? You know, I'm the guy. You know, I'm that guy. And we get the tie-in, too, to the Solo movie with the Crimson Dawn. And that, I forgot her, I can't pronounce her name. She's one of the main characters in the Solo movie, the one who plays Mother of the Dragons from Game of Thrones. Find out she's the one that actually stole Han Solo from Boba Fett's ship. And apparently, you know, as they're said, the Hutts are sitting around having their little conversation, right? And you know, the different Hutts, little holograms of the other Hutts, right? That Hutt right there, dude. He does some crunches, dude. Check out his abs. Dude, he definitely has. He has
that one is ripped.
He is ripped. Where apparently Boba Fett's just a lazy ass slug. This guy gets to the gym, dude. He does it. He gets his work in for sure to get them abs like that. That was kind of a weird choice, a creative choice to make them like that, you know. But I guess you got to have them like that. Overall, I thought this was a good issue. I was confused though because I'm like, didn't we read issue 1? Why is this issue 1? You know, I kept, I'm like, did I get a reprint? Did I get a second printing? What did I get? You know,
he works out.
Yeah, he works out.
That's a song. Work out.
I'm jealous of them abs. I'm just a big fat slug. I'd like to have some abs, that's for sure. But I don't want to put that kind of work in.
I always thought the unspoken rule when it came to like an issue 0 was that it was. An issue 0 was, especially if it's a new character, was just to set up a world and set up like the hint for the story to move on. Set up the rules, set up the limits, set up, you know, how things work in a universe, and then you launch into the main story. This launched us into a main story, and then it just kind of, and we're still on the same line. Like it just kind of deadlined it for me, and I was like, oh my god. But I'm a comic book guy, so I'll be getting issue 3, 2, call it whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, I think I'll probably get the main issues. I'm not going to get all the tie-ins to go along with it. And yeah, so
Did Mikey read it?
Mikey
No.
did not read it. No, but Mikey's up with his next book.
Bring the fire, Mike. Bring some fire. Blast something. You haven't blasted anything in a while.
I
Blast.
don't have nothing to blast. Yeah, I mean, American Nights. I dug it. Like I said, what I think, Joe, you mentioned it. Luke
Yeah, he
Cage.
already talked about it.
What?
I said
Give
Joe
your
already
section.
talked about it.
Dude, it's your section. Don't listen. It's your section. I'm in charge now. You go.
Luke Cage is the police commissioner of DC. Daredevil's running around. He actually calls himself the Saint right now because reasons. He's like a vigilante. Plus, he's also like a cleric at the Mephisto Church of Pride and Glory, or whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, another fun Heroes Reborn stash, whatever.
You must be on the same drug that guy was on in Out of Body. Just kind
No,
of like,
it's-
whoa,
'cause
this is just awesome, man.
Because I'm fucking tired.
you're following the cult of Heroes Reborn.
Getting ornery.
He is.
I'm drinking that Legion Kool-Aid.
Legion Kool-Aid.
Legion Kool-Aid.
That Double S refuses to drink.
Do
Like I
you
said, I
remember?
like the concept of cults.
Do you remember cool? When people were talking about cool. We were talking about We Love Comics earlier. People were talking about them drinking a Kool-Aid of his.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you what, when I first started watching a couple of his shows, watching his chats go by, like that was a straight up like they love that dude to death. They think he's the almighty god when it comes to comic books.
Legion asked an important question. Do you bag your boards upside down? Well, I bag them right from the bottom, I guess.
I don't do that.
I don't know. That's the way I've always done it.
Oh, really? I hate that when people do that. When I buy comic books and they're closed on the bottom, it drives me nuts.
Well, you do that to make sure, because if you put them on the top, everything's down low, so no dust can blow up into it, but dust will fall into things.
Yeah, dust will blow right into the bottom of that flap. If the flap's over, no dust
Sure,
is
if you got
getting
a
in.
blower.
You might.
Who
knows?
That's something I've always done.
Don't worry, I'm going to show y'all a new way to encase your comic books to protect them forever, for reals.
So when I come out there in September, I get to see your Funko room, I'm assuming, Mike, and see your collection and all that stuff, right? He just shakes his head, yeah. So I know with your collection, you don't alphabetize, you don't organize at all, do you? You just put it in there by week, right?
He doesn't even do that. He just finds random spaces to stick them.
Dude, I could not have a collection like that. I could not do that with my collection.
I keep my boxes set up by.
Would you like to organize it for me while you're here?
Dude, that would take too long. I'm
might
only
take
there
a-
for like 3 or 4 days, so I don't know if I have enough time. Maybe if I take a few books home.
In fact, me and my wife were just talking Jupiter's Legacy. I have the first issue somewhere, and I said I need to read these again because I really enjoyed the show, and it would take me a month of Sundays to fucking find the books.
See, that's the thing right there. If you want to go back and read something, you have no clue to where it is. Unless what you need to do in your CLZ, you have CLZ, right?
Yes.
So when you put stuff in there, put it in the box. So label your boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And start doing it now.
Work, man.
No, start doing it now, and so then you can kind of keep somewhat organized. Because to me that would drive me nuts. So I think, do I have that comic? Where is that comic? I have to know what box is saying and where it is. I have some that have like some random independent comics, like my Dave Stevens collection and stuff like that. So it's hard. I hate when I can't find a comic book. Double S said he's trying to beat Michael by collecting more Funkos than him. And Miss So says, I have exactly one Funko.
Mike, how many Funkos are you up to now? I know you got a box either yesterday or today. Because you and Amanda are on the same subscription.
She probably didn't get that one. The
she just got the one with the Year of the Shield with Captain America and Nomad. No,
I got the GameStop video game greats for Knights of the Old Republic. I had it written down a minute ago.
But she just got her wrestlers, the Mexican wrestler ones.
I saw some Walmart exclusive ones.
It's close to 1,500.
Yeah, I thought you were over 2,000 already. No.
Yeah.
We should talk about some comic books.
We should.
Comic book, Mike. What kind of comic book you want to talk about?
No, he just talked about one, didn't he?
He talked about the. Then it's your turn.
Yeah, I know. I was getting ready to. If you just be quiet for a minute.
Oh.
I'm going to talk about a blast, and we actually talked about this writer earlier, not being one of our favorites, and thinking he was going to be offing himself soon. That's Tom King, Batman, Catwoman. Dude, this.
I stopped.
Dude, this is so.
Don't do that to yourself.
I'm a huge Batman fan, huge Catwoman fan, but it's so jumping around, and I know that Tom King is one of those guys that will keep you hanging on and okay, it's drag dog, then all of a sudden have that realization moment where like, oh, everything connects. I totally get that. What's that?
It's all connected.
Well, yeah, he does that, but the way he gets there is so horrible. I hate how he gets there. So we have like three different stories, three different timelines going on in this book. We have an old Catwoman and an old Harley Quinn fighting because she's pissed off that Catwoman killed Joker because Harley Quinn wanted to kill Joker. And then we have another one where it is Catwoman and who's the one that's playing the Mask of the Phantasm? It's looks like Cassandra Cain, but I don't think it is. But overall, man, God, this is so hard to follow. And I'm like, I'm actually going to be done picking this up. I really wanted to continue on doing this because I do like that realization he comes to, but it's so hard. It's just too hard. That's so it's done. It's a blast for me.
Cosmic Campfire popped in here. Did he want to hang out with me or Joey?
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
I couldn't remember.
Is that a question?
I was going to get a hold of you guys earlier and have you guys go through and mark like how many chose Predator, how many chose Alien, how many chose. But I thought that'd be too much for you guys. I know you're. So you're up, Joe. What do you got?
You know what I'm surprised with? Most people picked the Sith path.
Yeah, they did for sure.
Because everybody wants cool face tattoos, man.
Yeah. Joe, you're up. What do you got, man?
Let's talk about racism. So we're going to talk about nonstop Batman. Or Batman, Jesus Christ. Nonstop Spider-Man. God, this was
I was at Joey's house. And I told them to stop buying that crap so they stopped making it.
Yeah, right. So this, I read it, and the entire thing, like, you get it, right? Spider-Man's a quirky, funny kid. He's got one-liners and stupid jokes. So he overdoes it in this. And then we got this random character that does it too. And then our villains do it too. So this entire thing's just one-liners left and right, right? And I was like, one-liners are funny. God knows I use them a lot, but holy crap, this was just way too trying to be funny, and it just got annoying after a while because you're trying to get into the story. Come to find out, the story is Baron von Zemo's involved in it, and we all know he's a racist. But then there's a mystery character too. So and I'm going to explain this plot real quick, and y'all let me know if this makes sense to you in the chat because I'm still confused by this. The whole point here is we're going to target a drug that makes you smarter, right? But since we don't like the other people in the world, we're going to pick the top performers, right? That are like, when I say top performer, I'm talking about students that are trying to get into good colleges, trying to get ahead, like the real competitive, knowledge-based students. We're going to target the drug to the first generation immigrants, if you will, first generation American immigrant children. We're going to target the drug to them because it will ultimately kill them. That's our evil plot in this story.
Sounds like genocide.
I just want you to eat that one in for a second. We're going to take this. That people say Lex Luthor comes up with elaborate, crazy, stupid plans. That's top shelf right there. I was like, God, that's just stupid. Why is that even the plot? That doesn't even make sense. Why would that be the thing? And also, if these kids are that smart, because we're talking about top level kids in very good schools, but they're competing to be top in their class, they're popping a drug to give them an edge, if you will. And they don't realize that the other kids that have this are dying off from it, so they're going to keep taking it. But these are top tier intellectual kids. Come on, Ryder, come on, you can do better than this. Like that is oh my God, that's just somebody trying to cram something in to be edgy, and it came off weak, and it came off lame. And the jokes just didn't land in this. And it was just like, I was on board with this, and it really let me down. So unfortunately, it's a blast. But I'm into issue 3. It's a limited run series. I'll suffer through it. We'll figure it out.
We're going to jump into a quick segment here.
Ooh la la.
Mike, what do you got for meat and potatoes this week?
Oh man. Oh, I got some meat and potatoes for your ass. No, first off, this ain't really meat and potatoes, but it's drawn by some meat and potatoes. That's that Jenny Frizen.
Everybody's losing their mind for that cover.
Really?
Yeah, they love that cover right now. That's a hot cover.
Isn't that 16? The last week's
The
issue?
one that just came out, yeah. And Jenny pulled another one on this week's Noctera.
Nice.
I was able to get that one as well. Mike always has good taste, but my meat and potatoes for this week is a couple hardcover books I got.
Oh, they're hard, all right, aren't they?
Yeah, I bet they are, buddy.
Yeah, so back
Happy
in Jamie
Pride Month.
Tyndall's work on Kickstarter, and this is the Art of Jamie Tyndall Titanium Edition. Right there. Here's some meat and potatoes on the front. One of my favorites.
I'm not a fan of his art.
Really?
I hate to tell you that. No, his women are too skinny. They're too.
He likes a little meat and potatoes on his old bird.
I prefer a little meat and potatoes. I prefer a little Frank Cho or a Dave Stevens.
I bet you do love some Cho.
Speaking of the Sith, right there.
There you
go. He also signed it. He signs everything. Also with this, I got Zenoscope's Grim Girls, art by Jamie Tyndall. So some meat and potatoes with wings. This one's awesome on the back here.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
Here's a official COA.
That's important.
All kinds of meat and potatoes in this book. I have a lot of these actually. So
nice.
Is that it? That you got for meat and potatoes?
That's it.
That's nice.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
We can go to Jumping at Joe. Let's go and do Joe's now, too.
Comic book philosophy with Bill Can.
All right, we're going to keep this one short, fan base. We're going to talk about philosophy in a different sense. We're going to talk about it in the sense of action. What actions can you do in your life to live a more philosophical-based life? So you've heard of the term and maybe even seen the movie Renaissance Man. And that, for the longest time when that movie came out, that was the thing to be, right? Everybody wanted to have a bunch of knowledge and be athletic and stuff and just be anything, get everything. Well, there's a problem. Renaissance men in general, they were con artists and grifters, and it's all bullshit. I'm going to teach you a real word today, and it's a word you can go and look up yourself, and it actually has an interesting philosophy behind it, too. It's called an artificer. Technically, the definition of an artificer is a skillful worker of brass and other metals, but also they were known for their views on life because the melting and pouring of various brass and coppers and mixtures of metals. And we're going back in time to, well, before biblical times, right? The term artificer was used during the Bronze Age and things along those lines. These were very sought after people. So what does that have to do with philosophy? Well, all in all, to actually be able to find metals and be able to mix them together takes a certain stoicism to it. So we're talking about stoicism before it's even stoicism. It takes patience. It takes no complaining, no whining, and just do it because it's very hard to melt metals together and cook them, especially back then when you didn't have gases and stuff like that. So my philosophy is, and I hope that you will look it up yourself, and it doesn't matter if you're man, woman, child, whatever your case may be, to be an artificer is to be a skillful worker of brass and other metals, because that's what truly hardens your life and makes you a better person. And that is your philosophical corner. Thank you.
So it's not police artificer?
Artificer.
Well,
What? What, Mike?
talking to the dude. He's very neat.
Comic book philosophy with Bill Can.
The delay
Well,
always kills us. So real quick, we'll talk about alchemy next week. I'll talk about alchemy next week and how the two relate. We'll do that next week.
Let's wrap this show up. Let's go into our lightning round and put another one in the books. I'll go first. So I picked up Basilisk from Boom Comics. This is kind of an interesting story. I said we had some great indies this week. This has a lot to do with Hive Mind and had a second-rate Wolverine in here too, which, like we talked about the Heroes Reborn and how could they not see that they're writing a Batman story? How can they not do that, right?
They know.
And then you have this page here. This is the last page of this book here. This is the other team members. That is part of the main character. Who does that guy look like? The shirtless guy with the lamb chops, huh? Who is that? That's Wolverine. I mean, that is 100% Wolverine. We have so many comic book characters that's so iconic, and they have certain looks that you would think the other people go, I'm steering away from that. I'm not going to do that because it looks too much like a well-established character. So I'm not going to give him the lamb chops. I'm not going to give him the dark hair. Maybe I should do something a little different, But still, it just makes him look like Wolverine there. Overall, this was kind of an interesting book. Not as good as House on the Lake or whatever that one was called, and Out of Body, but definitely good. This one is catching up. Batman 109 catching up with the Future State stuff, and we finally get the first kind of creation or appearance of the. Oh my goodness, what's he called, Joe?
Peacemaker
#1, and so we get that fight between Steve Jobs and Batman in here too. And of course, Steve Jobs has his new iPhone X32 that comes out and tries to kill Batman, but Batman has Android phone and be able to stop him from doing it. Overall, but I think Batman's still pretty good. I do like the concept of Batman kind of down in his luck and trying to make it in the sewers and trying to still be the Batman stuff, but without all that stuff. Iron Man Infinite. I don't know why I picked up that one. I didn't even get a chance to read it. I guess the annual for Iron Man. I passed on it. These came out last week. Redshift. I ended up picking up that. I didn't get a chance to read that yet. And Nuclear Family #4. Read that one. Peacekeeper. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Peacekeeper.
Penis Keeper. I mean, Peacekeeper.
Penis
Of course.
keeper. Pride Month.
That's Mike's Instagram at Penis Keeper.
Penis Keeper.
Of course, they did have the Ghostmaker story at the end of Batman 2, which I just didn't bother reading.
The full Batman book was Peacemaker.
Well, Peacemaker book was quite a bit of it. Yeah. But I mean, the backup story.
I'm thinking of
Ghostmaker.
Ghostmaker.
Yeah, sorry, Ghostmaker.
Ghost Peace Ghost, Ghost Penis, Spider Ghost, Gwen.
It's a lot of words, buddy. Settle down.
I think that was Mike's call name in the Navy. Ghost Penis. Had it right on his door for his quarters. Ghost Penis.
My quarters. Apparently, you know nothing about the Navy.
I know nothing about the Navy. You are correct. I just assumed you all live on a ship and you had big mop buckets. You're out there just doing that all day long.
No, that's about it for the Navy.
Brooms too. We call it sweepers.
So those are my books for the week. Joe, what do you got?
Hold on, I need a sip.
Oh, real quick before you jump into that, I want to bring up one more thing. Batman Fortnite 0 Point #4. I was buying these for my wife and my daughter because it had the special code for the Fortnite skin that you could not get anywhere else except for buying this comic. My wife's playing Fortnite yesterday, and she could buy all the stuff that you were getting from this freaking comic book. That irritated the hell out of me because
cheaper than the comic book.
No, you can buy all the skins on the Fortnite game.
Right.
So,
is it cheaper in the game than the comic book? Is what.
You can buy like all the skins for like $25 versus buying all the comics, right? So it irritates me that it should be something specific to the. If you're buying a comic, you should not be able to get it anywhere else, right? And now that's why even after all 6 codes, you get the Batman 0 Point skin. That for getting all 6 codes, you can buy that skin right now.
Dude, you should lay down the law and delete Fortnite from the family and be like, no, this is a waste of cash.
Yeah, I should. Fucking Batman. Doesn't hurt me. Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry I interrupted your lightning round.
No, you're fine. I was drinking.
I went on a rant.
So, yeah, I agree with everybody in the room. I'm really enjoying the whole nuclear family thing. We talked about it last week. I love the whole concept behind it. But, yeah, we're going to turn into Basculus. This is American Gods.
I can see that, yeah.
American Gods. The gods have awoken. They're coming out. One's going to be a fairy. One's going to be a Native American spirit. One's going to be a trickster. And I'm literally getting that from the cover. Like, I'm not like overthinking this. What's a Basculus? It's a Northern European lizard that has a death stare and bad breath that will kill you. I didn't find this particular. I know this one's going to get me caught, but I didn't find this story particularly interesting. It's extremely predictable. I'm not finding it overly. Now, I could be wrong, and if my comic book shop has #2, I'll pick it up, and I'm not going to tell them to pick it up. If it's there, that means the public likes it, and I'll be happy to read it. So I'm stuck buying Batman 0 Point Fortnite thing because my nephew wants the codes, and he doesn't want to pay for them. Because I kind of already knew you had to pay for them. So, and I have to be the cool uncle because that's what I am. I'm the uncle. It's like, here, just take $20 and just leave me alone. Like, I'm that guy. But no, he's really appreciate it, and apparently the stuff's really cool. The story is now getting cool. Before it was just a rock'em sock'em robot type of thing. Now Batman is doing a little detective work. Some interesting things are going on, and there's a mystery afoot. I'm all about that. So I may be picking up this out of actual genuine joy at this point. Batman. So everybody calls the Saint, Steve Jobs or whatever. I swear to God, this looks like a guy that I work with so bad. And I don't want to offend the guy because I like the guy, but if I show you a picture of this guy and Saint, oh my God, everybody's going to lose their mind. But this is interesting to me. I like this. I like this whole story of Peacemaker, this authoritarian utilitarianism that they're throwing at you to make Gotham right. You're right. We already kind of knew it was happening, but I kind of like the setup for a change. Like they're retconning their own story from Future State, and I like it. I like this whole psychological thing that's going on with Batman all wrapped up and that story being told as well. Also, is this the one that has no? Okay, so Crime Syndicate. Who is the Emerald Knight? It's Green Lantern. We already know that. But I think this story, and maybe this is my fault. Let me know in the chat if you thought this too. I thought this was our current Crime Syndicate. No, I think this is actually the origin story of it. As I read this issue, I was like, wait a second. This reads more like an origin story, like how they got into power. Because right now, none of them hang out. None of them do anything with each other. Like they're all doing their own thing, and the teams are starting to get put together. And I was like, oh, this isn't their origin story. All right, cool. So, yeah, good stuff. Villains doing bad things. I like it. Justice League. This is good. So the Queen of Themyscira, she jumps down. She's a super duper hero lady. That's really cool. I'm on board with that. We're dealing with Naomi's home world. We see our two bad villains there. That's super cool. Is the secondary story. I hate to be that guy. But the Justice League Dark story in the background. Oh, my Lord. It's like Jesus himself coming down and hugging your heart when you read it. It's so good. So, yeah. Those are my picks for this week. Good stuff.
Mike.
All right. Noctera, number 4. Still loving this. Still loving this world. Still loving, I think her name is Val. Love this Jenny Frison cover. I also picked up Basilisk. Loved it. I don't know what cover this is, but that's a chick she kills people with her eye beams and then bleeds from her eyes. Batman 109. Awesome stuff. Books I didn't read. Moss, number 1. I got this is from last week. Mangoat and Bunny Man. There's some meat and potatoes on this cover as well. Dave's favorite book. Black Friday, number 2. This is from last week as well. My Alien book finally came that I haven't read yet. Shadow Man, number 2. Love the first issue. Back to this week. North Force, number 0.
Did you read that yet? Nobody's read that.
No, I haven't read it yet. But it's Eric Larson, so I'm all.
Did anybody in the chat read North Force? Please let me know if that's a blast or a stash.
Invincible Red Sonja, number 2. This is the 1 in 10. Who did 1 in 10? God damn it. Carla Cohen? Is that it?
I don't know.
Crime Syndicate, Joey just talked about that. Suicide Squad, number 4. Legion said it was awesome. It's fire! I haven't read it yet. Swamp Thing, number 4. War of the Bounty Hunters.
My goodness, how many more books you got? Shit.
It's Mikey. He's not even going to bother reading them. They're going to go into a box.
No, they're going on the back of my toilet with the other stacks I haven't read yet.
He's got to get a new toilet because he needs another place to store comic books.
I'm just going to put them in the bathtub.
My comics do not go in the toilet, in the bathroom.
Why?
They just don't, man. Just don't do it. Just can't do it. Sorry. My previews books or my Mad magazines go in there, but not my comic books.
I'm sure that whatever Northgard, North Force, or whatever is going to be horrible, but
Apparently, that seems to be the consensus in the room because people are like, "I heard a guy say it's a blast." It's like
my cousin
it's
3
worth-
counties over has a friend who heard this. We're gonna go ahead and bounce on out of here. I think
Wait a
everybody.
minute.
What, Joe?
We
What,
got
Mike?
announcements, Bubba.
I gotta go do my exercising. I've got to get some exercising in.
Not going
yeah,
anywhere.
you do. Thank you everyone
Okay.
for entering our Would You Rather contest.
I was gonna say that, but you just cut me off.
We were taking too long. We had fun doing it. We had fun doing our own videos for it. We had fun watching everyone's video. Congratulations, Legion. And the only thing we ask, Legion, when you get these boxes, you have to open them all at once and make a video. I'm done.
You're done.
I don't think that's a rule. Just open them as you get them. That's 3 worth of content.
No, we always have them save them.
Fair enough. So what do I got going on? I got an auction. The auction house said there hasn't been much flow to it, so they're going to extend it a few more days. There's the link if you're interested in it. Everything starts at $1 because of where it's at right now. If they try ending it now, it's not worth it right now. So we're going to extend it a few more days, kind of see what happens. Shouldn't change any beds or anything like that. Let's see what else we got going. Thank you all for participating in the contest. It's really great to, like we see your stuff in the chat and we try to do our best to engage with you, but our contest is what really allows us to engage with you. You hear us, we want to hear from you. And also we've heard your comments that you wanted to see more skit type things. We will work on that as soon as we can. As soon as I can get Mike, as soon as he gets 12 hours worth of sleep, we'll try to figure something out.
That's never going to happen.
I'm joking. But other than that, thank you all for participating. It was a great time. It was really fun. And hope you all have a good week. Keep reading your comics. What do you got, Dave?
Just going to echo what you guys both said. Thanks, everybody, for entering that contest. We definitely appreciate it. And definitely appreciate anybody who comes to the live chat because definitely you make it fun. You make it interact. We can interact with you here. You can add things to the show that, may change our pace of the show as well. Just by one comic, Double S makes me about, his super love for Mikey. And all of a sudden, bam, we're off on a tangent about that. So we definitely appreciate everybody comes in here. Cosmic Campfire, Mars Comics, Legion Comics, Miss So, Double S, Jackie was in here a little bit ago. Tat Comics was in here as well. Who am I missing?
Mars Comics for making her first ever video.
Mars Comics for making her first video for the Internet contest. And hoping to see more from her on her channel as well.
Also,
so make sure
new people came in. Some Potatis man and a Mayo came in tonight. Apparently they got some problems with Doomsday Clock. But yeah, they popped it. Hey guys, thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Make sure you go on over to the other people's channels and subbing them up as well. Give
everybody out.
Share that love around. With that, we're going to go ahead and take off out of here. Whether you blast it, whether you stash it, happy reading, and we'll catch you guys next week. Later, guys.
Except for Double S. He's dead to me.
He might be.
I don't put out either. Just a...